Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 64 of the podcast, and this is your host, Tomobi. Today's episode is focused on the AfCFTA Business Forum that held in South Africa last week between the 16th to 18th of April. It was a forum between the private sector, the public sector, and development institutions on how to unlock trade and investment opportunities within the AfCFTA. So today's episode will introduce the forum, basically highlight a few points discussed at the forum. Then next week we'll focus on in-depth discussion. We will look at the discussions in depth in next week's episode. So let's go right into today's episode. The forum was focused on how to get the private sector to prepare to take advantage of the AfCFTA, and of course recognizing the various challenges and opportunities that need to be addressed. Some of the opportunities include business expansion, job creation, competitiveness, and boosting innovation. And we have challenges that should be addressed, such as lack of access to finance, poor infrastructure, high cost of doing business, and various other barriers to trade, such as hindrance to free movements within African countries. That's for me, I will say. And there were also solutions proposed, such as investment in infrastructure, energy, transportation, and ICT. So the AfCFTA Secretariat introduced a private sector strategy, and those sectors were basically the focus of the forum. We will look at it, the sectors in depth next week. They include the automotive sector, the agro-processing, transportation and logistics, and the pharmaceutical sector. So those were the main areas of focus, how to unlock value chain opportunities within these sectors in intra-African trade. And of course, there were different plenary sessions held. I'll just speak to some of them here. One of it is accelerating AfCFTA implementation in the current geo-economic context. That session addressed the challenges and opportunities for trade and investment in the One Africa market. I will speak to that also next week. Then another plenary session also focused on from primary inputs to value addition, that's accelerating Africa's industrialization through the AfCFTA, and that session was focused on policy tools that are required to grow or establish Africa's manufacturing and industrialization, so as to increase value addition in AfCFTA value chain opportunities within agriculture, pharmaceutical, textiles, amongst others. And another plenary also focused on AfCFTA, Women Driving Intra-African Trade in Partnership with UNDP. That's a platform launched for women in order to build capacity of women in trade for them to be successful, and within the AfCFTA unlock opportunities for women within the AfCFTA, and also address challenges that women face in intra-African trade. So this is where we are going to stop for today's episode. Next week we will go in depth into the discussions, and as usual, the podcast is for educational purposes only. If you need expert advice or you would like to speak more concerning intra-African trade, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn at Omobola Adekola. And until next week, I say to you, bye bye.